Hope you're all doing well, by the way. Hope you all had a lovely Monday. Welcome back to Tales of the Neon Sea. We are a private investigator that was in a police force before. And he has his own investigation bureau, and he originally only went out to walk this cat from his neighbor that always came to him for snackies. But the cat and his girl cat friend led him to the corpse of his owner. And, him being a private investigator, he chose to call the police. And they chose to investigate. So he found out some strange things. It seems like a girl that was visiting the lady struck her from low to high, and the robot caretaker or butler or whatever that she had, he dumped her out of the window. But first of all, he had a very strange device on his robot brain, and his memories were very weird. But right before we can figure out what that device is and investigate further, a special task force comes in and kicks us out of there. So yeah, we decide, okay, we're gonna still continue this case just behind closed doors so nobody gets in trouble, mainly the other part of the normal police force. And we of course want to figure out what that implant is and what's actually going on. Our detective here, by the way, is part cyborg too, after some accidents in cases. So yeah, we now have Cat Buddy here, but we wanted to go to, first of all, 712 instead of 711. That's a cute thing. This one has super many niche references and non-niche references. We saw the teacup and teapots from Beauty and the Beast. We've seen a Wonder poster of Luffy from One Piece and all that kind of stuff. Super many fun things. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them, but I just love how cluttered everything is. It closed this early. That man's such a slacker. Can't think of anyone other than Marks who would know about that implant device. I think it's time to meet Roy at the bar now anyway. Should I take a taxi to the bar? It's time to head to the bar. I was getting thirsty anyway. Look, it's a flying taxi. Wow, that looks cool. My nose is running like crazy today. Especially now that I'm eating more food. So that looks like a really cool scene. That hallucination just now. If that really was the last memory of the steward, then he managed to break through the confines of 3 principles. The last time this happened, a revolution broke out and my body was left in this state. What concerns me more is that strange implant device. I haven't had an hallucination since the Apocalypse Garden incident. I thought I'd rid myself of that nightmare for good. I never imagined it would emerge once again. The invasive voices and frantic memories drove me insane, and I was completely unable to escape from it. I never wanted to experience that lack of control again. Perhaps this implant device is an opportunity for me to rid myself of this disease forever. I whether Riot was able to get the photo of the device. Darn it, could really do with some booze now. I think we're going to a bar. Route 66, huh? Jellyfish! Can't sing SpongeBob songs here. There you are. What took you so long? Maybe you shouldn't choose a place so far away next time. What, the fantasy jellyfish? Crazy name, great atmosphere is far for sure, but it's also a good place for a private chat. Today's case likely to be suppressed by the new Special Mission Squad. Still working on getting that photo you wanted in the meantime. Why don't you tell me what's so important about that robot? Well, do you still remember how my body began acting weird since the incident at AO3 Apocalypse Garden, the gift my old partner Abel left me? Of course, in order to save you, Abel chose to sacrifice himself. With that level of mechanical transportation, obviously, there would be some serious complications. It was around that time when doctors identified mechanical augmentation as the cause of the physical rejection epidemic, and then he suddenly disappeared, so we all assume. Back then my brain would automatically receive the thoughts and memories of the robots around me. Every day was like living in purgatory to me, but after a while it slowly recovered. What happened then? Most of my memories from that time are very vague, illusion and reality intertwined in my mind, but that hasn't happened for years. When I touched the core of that robot today, I had a similar reaction, a visual hallucination. This time I needed to fix it once and for all. My intuition tells me that the problem lies with the device implanted in the robot's brain. I need to dig deeper. I see, I get up her as soon as I can. You need to be careful here, there's more to this than meets the eye. Since we're here, let's have some fun. I brought an old friend who you'll be happy to see, who's important enough to be introduced by you in person. Hey there, Lloyd! Rex, I didn't expect you to see her. To see you here. Son? Surprise. I would never have guessed you'd bring him here. I need to take a couple bites before my food gets cold. Son, what are you doing here? I had you moved away a long time ago. Hey, I can still hang out down here, can't I? I do own the place. Don't come often though. Pretty busy most of the time, but I can still occasionally make time for an old friend. Son introduced me to this bar when I bumped into him in recent assignments. What can I say, it started to grow on me. You lost touch ever since you left the team. I heard you went to Sky City. Were it not for my bloody family, I would have joined the specials. I was one of the best, remember? Stop bragging about yourself. Everyone knows you bribed the training officer. So how about your ex? Long time no see. He seems introvert. Why would he talk about himself? After the basic framework of the Sky City was finished, my family moved everything up there. Been helping with my family business since I left the team. It's a boring story. Heard that there are no robots in Sky City. That's not true. The aim was to create a harmonious society in which humans and robots could get along. Nevertheless, the robot population is far from what was planned. However, I guess they managed to get quite a lot of robots into Sky City. I see him on TV often, but I wouldn't have guessed he would run off it. Well, this election has become special thanks to Augusta's participation. A lot of things have been going on. It sounds pretty stressful. No wonder you look exhausted. A lot of trouble indeed. Let's not talk about that today. You're right, let's talk about something fun after all this time. To free a lot about old times and catch up on the years in between before they realize a couple of hours have passed. I'm drinking too quickly. I need to go to the bathroom. You look like you're in trouble. You better hurry. Well... Always washing hands. Excuse me, sir. My name is Payne, and I couldn't help but stopping just now. Could I have a moment of your time? What's it? Thanks, I don't know what to do anymore. Actually, my friend has been missing for several days. Got the police, but because the call was automated and because I live in Unabridged District, don't think anyone paid much attention to me. In the Bridge District? That's gang territory. No wonder the police didn't want to get involved. You're that famous detective, right? I'm sure you can find her. I pay you. You know what? Let me give you my contact information first. Send me the details of the missing person and I take a look. Okay, I message you right away. Thank you so much. Don't thank me yet, I haven't promised anything. Looks like the lady needs some help. Thank you so much. I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm so lucky to have met a gentleman like you. I never knew what kind of bonus you get for helping people. What are you doing over here? Come have another drink. Actually, no. I want to see a little bit more of the bar. Maybe there's something else we can do. Oh gosh, okay. That's actually fun to have like a mini game there. Have you heard the scenes that more robots have come missing? What? I thought the police were investigating it already. These criminals are so brazen. I don't think the police are working hard enough. You're right, they always set up ridiculously low clearance rate in cases involving robots. Can we actually... No, we can't change the music. This place used to be a luxurious wine bar. The owner was an extremely mysterious collector. Legend has it he had some very important things here. It must be treasure. I heard the waiter say that there's a strange safe in the back cellar that nobody can crack. The treasure may be hidden there. I bet I can crack it. What are we talking? Gold, gems, or valuable antiques? You give me a break. Hey, this guy has been listening on everything you said. Better stop talking. You stay away from us. Treasure. Maybe there will be some interesting discoveries. Is the staff access to the cellar? See, that is why I wanted to look around. It looks very interesting. Sounds very interesting, I should say. This must be the wine cellar the person mentioned earlier. Should I take a look around? Yes, we're gonna do a side task. I'm very curious. Since we can. What scary place? Hopefully I can find something interesting. The bottles on this wine stand are placed in a particular order, but some of the bottles are missing. Okay, so I guess I need the bottles. 3 pointers are the same length. Does it mean they can be set to a random order? Strange. Yeah, but you're limited on how you can move them. What an interesting monkey mask. Judging by the design, it must have a secret compartment. Okay. Guess that one was just a random guessing game. Found one of the wine. Well, there's all kinds of brandy in this cabinet. Cabinet's locked, I need to find a key. Yeah. Old cognac brandy. Okay. Stasik style Bronski. Let me get a note. Several ripped poker cards, so it looks like a 9 of hearts. Queen, and then a 5 of... No, spades is the pike one, right? Whatever. I don't know the English name right now. 5 of a clover. There we go. They have like markers, they have like shapes on them, like an S, an O, and a diamond thing. Yeah, I guess we need to find wine bottles. Okay, apparently we need to do all of this here. There's patterns on the chandeliers up there, isn't there? Question is, what do they mean? There's like 2 up there. Like, hold on. What's that? 9 or 11. Maybe it's this one. It is. Not. Maybe 11 for 9. I'm wondering if the shapes have something to do with it. This one looks like an 8. But then what would this one be? I mean, it did something in the beginning. So I'm wondering if there's a second set of numbers that I need to follow. Oh. Oh no. They all have arrows on them, so I wonder if they will lead to the opening. You know what I mean? There must be more to this stuff, right? I mean, a queen is technically... Hold on. 11 is the... Just... Queen is 12, right? It's a 12. Nine. 5, maybe? And then we can try the 2 chandelier ones. Okay, this bottle goes 3 to the right. So probably will go somewhere. Okay. Hmm. 1, 3, 3, 1, 2. What could the chandeliers mean? What do you guys think? Won't really be 442. No. Trying to see if that can be numbers or anything, but I don't see how. I think the chandeliers. The question is, how would it work? Like I first thought maybe it's 1 3 3 1 1 1, but that wouldn't make sense also. Hmm. I don't think it's gonna be 1 2 3 from the ones that are shut off, right? Trying to see numbers and just can't. No. Try to figure out if there's any symbol they do produce. Nadia, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to put them in chat. I'm trying to in my mind overlay them, but even that won't give me anything. I don't know. Like, they're so weird, they must be the real solution, right? Why else would they be like that? And we need 2 more bottles, so you would think it would be the chandeliers. Can I click at them? No, okay. Would have been surprised anyway, since you don't get a free thing. Free floating cursor when you're... Oops, that's not what I meant. To see what's... Character files, huh? The case... Starlight City... Human robot bot. Huh. I never really out of that one, except for that he was injured in a war, during the war. With the help of a prophet, A large number of robots began to awake. Panic and unease began to spread throughout humanity, and various conflicts arose between these two sides. The humans wanted to use the awakened robots for research purposes, and some even tried to attack them out of pure malice in order to avoid persecution. Some awakened robots assembled and tried to escape human society completely. But the situation didn't improve. Instead, these robots gathered in places were found and destroyed by humans. Their resources and energy supplies were cut off. The robots were forced to counterattack, escalating the conflict into state war. Awakened robots from all parts of the world rose up and joined the war. The war continued for several years, until June of 2057, when the threat of a nuclear weapon activation by Prophet resulted in the beginning of a Cold War between the two sides. A truce was signed following intervention from Prophet and members of the human leadership. Robot population rose sharply in the beginning of the 22nd century, and the traditional religions were not able to have place for these new members of society. New religions and gods came into existence. They are the gods of destiny, Lark, and the god of oaths, Moth, the goddess of fusion and communication, Bison, goddess of mystery, Aelania, and the god of sleep. The gods of robotism opened their arms to both humans and robots because of the conflicts between early expansion and old-school religions. People saw it as something between a cult. A world of the religion spread, and the number of believers increased significantly. Humans and robots are both ignorant, nervous on this land, and they can only get the right direction of life under the guidance of God. This is the reason behind the name roverism. Bison is one of the major gods in roverism, and she stands for fusion and communication. Her believers crave for fusion of human and robots and believe that only fusion can resolve disputes, and only the fused bodies can be qualified to communicate with Bison. The rumors has it that Bison believers started the earliest human and robot combination experiment. Interesting. I wanted to look through some of them because there's not many. Arm of the Heroic Knight, that's the one where the cat was hiding inside before. I'm about a auction is said to have once belonged to a brave and noble knight. However, the hero was eventually betrayed by both his friend and emperor, and his body was buried along with his armor and weapons. 20 years later, these items were mysteriously returned to the knight's hometown. Both the armor and weapons showing no signs of any previous battle damages had disappeared. The emperor was terrified and soon died of sickness. The armor was later collected by the royal family and has stored in a corner of a museum ever since. One thing is mentioned across all records: do not separate the armor and the weapon. Feline Turf Force, that's where our cat friend got to yesterday. Biocats came out of nowhere and quickly took over several streets that had belonged to the street cats. They started meaningless fights with all cats and dogs nearby. As the representative of the pure-blooded cats, the Bourbon family was duty-bound to confront these intruders. Under the leadership of Viggo Bourbon, the Bourbon family started a long war with the Biocats, during which time the Bourbon family took in a lot of street cats to assist with their counterattacks. Things went well at the beginning, but as the Biocats' territory shrank, the Bourbon family supply lines were stretched, and the two sides entered a period of uneasy peace. Because these biocats have been lying in wait for many of the Bourbon family's attacks, there have been many rumors of them all. The members of the family all suspect each other, but the situation hasn't improved much even after Dunvigger spoke up. Everyone feels endangered at the moment, but they know that Dunvigger will sort everything out once the mole's uncovered. If he isn't the mole, that's the problem we faced yesterday. He's probably the mole himself. Okay, but for real, what could the lamps mean? I think since we're missing two different books, I think they're two different things, right? I'm trying to see numbers on them, like maybe a 4 or a 7 or something. I just can't make anything out. And even overlapping doesn't give much of a solution here. You know what, guys? I'm gonna bite the bullet and look this up. Just want to know about the lamps, nothing more. Look at the cross stitch in the shelving to the right of the last large Monday match. Yeah, we've already done that. Position is given by the flashing light. One by the cards. I've chosen to say that in class because it does not fit the grasp on the hand symbols. I'm gonna have comes in a room from missing position of hands but never figured or not. Green and below is on free. Seems like there's a little bug. So I need to be careful that I don't leave this room. Let's try to walk through. I don't want the full solution, I want the wine cellar thing. Come on. Nope. Not in here. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Neil Seeger. Do you have a better answer? They all tell me, oh, I figured out the clock puzzle. You can get 3 bottles from it. Yeah, I got 2. How do I get the third one? Okay, there's a card game apparently with friends. And there's the wine cellar thing. We got that. We get that. Determine the original value of each card. That we have done. Add the bottle of appearance agree. Direct with the large wine rag. Match important numbers on your bottle with the numbers below the slots. Placing in the 2 bottles on the top row will make 3 bottles disappear in the bottom row. Note the numbers of new empty slots. Okay, it has nothing to do with the weird lamps, apparently. There we go. I don't know how they're oriented. So I don't know why I got it right. I swear I didn't actually see any of the solutions for the bottle puzzles. I just put them in there and was like, oh, I'm gonna sort them later, but I guess this order is right. But it has something to do with the arrows, but I don't know if it does. Okay, 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7. Does it fully open now? No, but it chimes again. Boulder area for the smooth and Boulder Garage Wine Company. Got a fancy one, it looks like. And I guess it needs to either go here. Pretty gas wine bottle, memorial edition Silver in 2046. Can I interact with anything else? Oh. I'm a Acrylic Memorial Edition bottle, rather classy. Okay. I think it needs to go where the lines are. Yes. Position of the name tags are changed. The position of wine bottle has to be adjusted too. Oh gosh. This one. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So these ones can only go right and these ones can only go left. I see how this is. Oh, this is gross. Okay, they're just switched, I think. Okay. I think I can just reset it and don't need to leave the page. No, I made a mistake. Or did I? I don't know. Okay, you need to move. Oh, frick. I always forget I can press reset. So if this one moves... Okay. So now I'm having a problem with the double ones. I'm not pressing X. Move this there. This there. I made a mistake. But I think I've almost got it. So this one needs to move there. And then this one there. Now I can essentially do a wandering thing with them. Now this one moves one over. This one moves one over. This one moves one over. Now we do this, this, and this. I had a switch clicking. Did it work? No. It did. It's very hard to do with the bottles, and apparently we had all of them, and I thought I really did think it was something with the light, so good that I looked it up. Too dark down here. What's the flashing thing? Probably a pussy. Dr. Wonder Tales. Who dares enter my territory? Wait, since you're here, you must have solved all the puzzles. You're not as stupid as you look. Who are you? Am I? Why, I'm the famous Dr. Wonder Tales. Well, more specifically, I'm a copy of his consciousness. But there's no difference. Dr. Wonder Tales was the greatest adventure of the new generation. The Lord of 1,000 riddles. I'm also the indefinite visiting professor of the University Union, the Palace Taster, wine collector of the 7 continents, lifetime champion winner of the PDC, and also the puzzle upstairs were designed by you. Of course, but more important, I'm stuck in this computer that's going to be scrapped. Can you get me out? Can offer you a nice title, you see? No, but marquees, and I have the right to appoint nights. There's no way to connect this computer, and it looks extremely old. How do you get in there in the first place? That's not important. Now we are good gentlemen and push the internet connection button, please. Uploading copies of human conscience is banned. There are many governments all on the internet that specialize in hunting for private uploads, not to mention the bounty hunters. Don't worry about me, just press the button after I'm a great adventurer and nobody can catch me. So long, Mr. Knight. Call my name wherever you need help. I will do my best if I hear you. I was going to clear up this ancient computer trash now. Oh, forget it. At least I have a knighted. Milady, Knight Rex has come up on the end. And it's ready for some run. Yep, okay. Sure. Okay, there we go. My duration has been gotten. Where do you come from? The wine cellar? Only employees are allowed down there. Sorry. That's what I saw on Miracle Street the other day. Miracle Street? You don't even have enough money to pay the door fees to get into the shops. What could you have possibly seen? What do you mean by that? I saw Fancy Feathered yesterday. She was on the second floor and she even smiled at me. You wish. You know how much it costs to see her? Why would she smile at you? I'm serious, I even applied for Mary's shadow yesterday. I don't even care if that cost me half of my annual shadowy. To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting a look at her myself. Come to my place next time, I guarantee you get to see her. Mr. Know-It-All, you look like the Riddler. Well, if it isn't a famous detective. Why are you here? Are you selling information again? Well, you know, a lot of times are rough right now. Since you're here, have you gotten anything interesting for me? Always got something interesting, it just might not be interesting to you. Actually, now that you mention it, I do have something related to that incident that happened 10 years ago. You might be interested in that. It isn't anything important, and I'm not very sure if it's true. Let's treat it like a rumor. What do you want in return? Let's play a game of cards. I tell you if we play a game of cards with Mr. Know-It-All. Sure. All I need to do is beat you in a game of cards. You must really want to give me this information. Okay, I think I need to have more points. I think it's 21. Okay. Yeah. More points, but closer to 21. It was blackjack, that was it was. I've played this game before, I should have known. It didn't click with me. Mr. Know-It-All, sounds fair. The Underground has some rather active robots lately. Rumor has it that they look for the keys to how revolutionists managed to bypass the source code 10 years ago. Huh, interesting. Something else in the bathroom I can look at? It doesn't look like it. There's a lot of suggestive posters and some election posters make sense. It's a weird fish tank thing. A lot of waiters. Mr. Augusta doesn't stand a chance to win this election. I think he participated just to look in the public. Shokov has 99% chance of winning the election. Humans always use security as propaganda, but never back their words with action. Hey, don't say that. Aren't things getting better nowadays? Well, you're not wrong about that, doesn't it? It does take time. Let's drink. Let's try to get to 10 points or something. I don't know if it does anything. Oh gosh, that was dangerous. That's fine. I think that's just like a side thing. I wonder if that actually is anything useful. Anyway, let's get out of here. What are you doing over there? Come here, have another drink. Finished the night drinking? What took you so long? I was held back. Hey, it's all me tonight. Drink as much as you like. I like the sound of that. Are you sure you got enough booze in this joint? You know Rex is an alcoholic, right? No one goes home sober tonight. Well, but he has this anti-alcohol stuff. The guide is gone. Chapter 2. My head hurts so bad. I shouldn't have drunk so much last night. How did I even get back home? Hey, PBX, bring me my sobering medicine. PBX is down. Alright, that Moe drunk is down. Elizabeth, why are you at my place? Where's where? Sobering drug isn't in the bathroom. It's in the bathroom, not in the... Wow, I can't read. In the... Also, that's the Luffy one, the poster that I meant. If PBX was still working. I've been enjoying a nice drink right now. When I finally get him fixed, I treat him a little better. Maybe. Coffee from yesterday. If not for that screw, I could probably still drink it. I wonder if the washing machines are working. What should I do about this dirty laundry? Wash it by hand? Why do you say it isn't in the bathroom? This isn't the bathroom. I'm all out. Well, it's no good. I guess I need to make some more. I finally can recall the recipe. I think there's a copy of it on the wall near the stairs. Yes, there is. And this one isn't the bathroom. This is the one near the stairs. That's why I was so tripping up. But yeah, it's there. Secret sobering drug formula. Fresh, worry-free herbs. Like it. Hold on, let me write that down. Grind. Salt. Plus E. Then one goes on top, one goes on the bottom. Anoxylon. Macamai 10%. 60% sun. And 20% earth. Okay. There should be enough ingredients in the studio to make the sobering drug, but the worry for her must be fresh. I should grab some from the living. No, that's the attic, not the living room. Oops. That's where I burned out the robot friend and the armor is at. Whoa. What the? Am I still intoxicated? Is there really a crowd of cats partying in my living room? No, I think there is really a crowd of cats partying in your living room. William, we got some explaining to do, Bill. Who's the new white cat? You switched girlfriends already? I think, I didn't know you were so popular. No wonder Elizabeth doesn't want to come downstairs. This cat seemed grumpy, better leave it alone. The kids are actually dancing. I could murder William for this. Oh, this little guy's really going to town on the cat and what, see an addict or something? Oh yes, yeah. As a group for the police academy graduation ceremony, I wonder what everybody is doing now. Huh. Full of as we should cracking. Hey, Fatty, we meet again. I guess my brushing basket is more comfortable than Mrs. Perry's dumpster. Is that my wife for herb you out there? Come on, Fatty, wake up, I need that. More than you. I need food to wake him. Did I see some back at the party? This is such a cute detail. They're having a cat party with the whole gang. Ugh, it smells funky. Favorite food of cats ever. Funky smelling is never good. According to ancient medicine books, the worry-free herb is good for internal organs, mental, and eyesight. So worry-free herb should be enough for the sobering drug. It's time to head back upstairs. Also, I didn't expect to see cats having a full-on party in his room. And him just leaving. Yes, he said he could murder William, but does he really? I think he lost that little guy too much. I think he's gonna leave him. That's so cute. Maybe X was still awake and I'd be enjoying a nice drink. Okay, I am upstairs, but where do I put do I need to go in the Halloween brew or in the bath? But that's what makes sense, right? Also need salt. So this is where my old police badge was. I'm sure you can still use it and not get in trouble, right? I don't think that's possible, man. Maybe in the hallway? I think I can go upstairs again, but where can I brew this? Not what I meant to do. Workshop. Oh, workshop. Sure, we can go to the workshop. Whee! Yeah, I forgot there's a laboratory here. Collect the herbs and I just need to follow the recipe. We need the herb. Where should I get on? I think it needs to stay in here. Berry free herb. Salt. Okay, how about this vessel? Now we need to blend these two. Nice color. Definitely doesn't look suspicious. I don't know how much. Safe and effective sobering drop made from a secret recipe. Haven't killed me yet. He called. Oh, hasn't killed me yet. Safe. Yeah, sure. Bottoms up. Cheers. Kapow, what a hit. Phone ringing. Good morning, Bright. And what a beautiful morning it is too. Rex is over already. We're pretty wasted last night. Feeling much better, thanks to a few colorful chemicals and a pinch of herb. Don't tell me you took that old quack sobering drug. Are you still drinking that? But the photos, the implant device, the new SMS has locked up the whole case and no one can access it anymore. There's no way we can get the photos now. Your hands are pretty tired, aren't they? Okay, I got it. An unread message. Who the hell's Baden? Did I accept the case while I was drunk? I need to stop doing that. Oh, so it has been a reoccurring thing, huh? Thank you very much for accepting this task. I've included all information regarding my partner Angela and their pet names. Hopefully it will be of some use. Thanks again. Angela, 17 years old. Arithmetic ability level 6. Power limit value of 54. Model ZF0074. She likes human beings and lives a life like a human being. Bubbly personality. 2130-2139. Worked in a bellflower house in Underbridge district. 239 June. Now working as a waitress at the Fantasy Jellyfish. Missing rubber case in Underbridge district? This won't be easy. I can't get the photos. I need to draw that thing from my memory and... Who would show up here this early? Could it be a new client? A question. Delivery girl. Love the pinks. Hi, Mr. Detective. You have a parcel. A parcel? The parcel is addressed to Mr. X. There you go. Have a good day. A parcel? I wonder what that could be. A courier girl looked weird. Maybe it's a side effect of the drug cocktail. This parcel is for me. The rain has blurred the sender's name. The address is still vaguely recognizable. Is it the Underbridge district? My friends, they would never send me gifts. I better scan this before opening it, just in case. Nothing on the sensors. Let's open it. Fuzzy bunny rabbit? It's bored enough to play such a prank. An area was seen onto the right eye. This looks like it's evidence from the score hotel matter case. There's sign marks on the chest of the puppet. What's sewn inside? This device looks like the one on the robot's brain yesterday, and the symbol on the side is from the religion Bison. Uh-oh. No, what the hell's going on? Long time no see, detective. I had the same hallucination as yesterday, but why would I go appearing it? Is he still alive? Shot him that day, but his body was never recovered, and I haven't heard a thing about him since. This bunny rabbit belongs to the victim of the Score Hotel murder case when Noah murdered a family of 4. What does the sender want by sending me a fluffy toy in this device? The device has the symbol of bees, and that Noah used to use a lot. It looks like the implant device found in the steward robot in Mrs. Perry's apartment. Let's go ask the old man at the repair shop about this. He loves stuff like this. Should I head to the repair shop now? Yeah. We're gonna let the cats party. Leave the cats alone. I want to read up a little bit. Hold on. There. Nope, not what I meant. Dr. Wonder's Tales. Talking about stories, you should have heard of Dr. Wonder's Tales story somewhere. Dr. Wonder's Tales has been to every corner of the world, made countless friends, and collected all kinds of mysterious treasures. Besides, he left behind so many exciting adventure stories. He left on exploration, and he himself was a definition of bravery. As a mountain black-tailed monkey named Coconut went through all the adventures with the dog, and he had saved the dog's life in a couple of critical moments. The dog called him the best assistant in the world, and his signature look was the faith hat on the head. His fortune started from what his grandfather had left for him, with a huge book collecting and an impressive amount of funds. The dog, with the huge book collection, there we go, I can't read, and the impressive amount of funds, the dog became a gentleman with both wisdom and wealth. He had won numerous awards and credits with his talent, and he had even acquired himself a knighthood. On an ordinary day during peak time, Dr. Wondertails disappeared from the public. The rumor has it that he'd been killed on his adventure, or that he had become an emperor of some island, or that he still lives somewhere with his monkey assistant. No matter what the truth, he has become a legend from mouth to mouth. The Land of Desire, huh? In the past, Underbridge district was a lawless place inhabited by the homeless. Residents set up sheds and helped on living aimlessly until the king arrived. The king assembled the homeless and unemployed robots living in Underbridge and gave the cooperative ones jobs and rewards, while those who remained uncooperative received punishments. Soon they were all tamed by the king. Those who were once unemployed and homeless began to have social value again, and unsettled robots had their place in society now. The government decided to be tolerant of what was happening in Underbridge. The area soon developed into a prosperous recreational district, where a lot of money was spent for fun, especially after the Sky incident. Casinos, brothels, bars, dark dens, and all sat side by side. As long as you have money, you can find almost anything you want here. As more people begin to frequent the area, so too does the king's fortune grow. The Revolutionist Riots Incident. The agreement signed between the Prophet and humans provided a chance for robots to live in peace, but the term still resulted in robots living under relative oppression and isolation from humanity. From the situation, a robot organization named the Revolutionists was secretly established and remains active in many big cities, including Kyoto. The most disturbing element of this new group is that they can harm humans despite the 3 principles. The revolutionists used a great amount of violence in their attempts to protect their kind, and numerous destructive incidents were recorded. The government was determined to deal with the conflict, and negotiation conferences were held between representatives from both sides. However, the conferences resulted in an armed conflict in the end. After this incident, the revolutionists became determined to have their say in the fight for more reasonable treatment towards robots in society. From then on, the revolutionists have become more and more arbitrary, often clashing with government armed forces. They launch terrorist attacks and inflict mass casualties among civilians. In order to deal with the chaos caused by the revolutionists, the government sent experts to carry out further negotiations, while at the same time summoned the best police from all over the country in order to establish a new special mission squad. Special Mission Squad successfully stopped several revolutionist terrorist attacks and gradually unearthed the revolutionist stronghold. In the end, Team 2 of Special Mission Squad has broken to the stronghold and disrupted the organization. The long-time riots had finally ended. I was a police badge with a scratch on it. The high temperature cutting has cut the surface into two, and the numbers on the edge of the badge are barely recognizable. 7185. Ava was the robot partner of Rex when he was working on police office, the initial grouping of partners as a robot. Ava was turned away by almost everyone except Rex, who didn't really care. In the years that followed, the two partners worked together closely and cracked several important cases, and they became most valuable members of the force. In the Apocalypse Garden incident, Rex almost died. To save the dying Rex, Ava matched his own mechanical parts with Rex, including the mechanical brain. When Rex was finally found in a coma, Ava was no longer there, except for a pile of dismantled parts and his badge. Damn. Group graduation photo from the police college. There are 38 students and 3 instructors, and they all look confident, happy, and full of hope, as they should do after cracking a major drug case during training. I read that wrong before. I kind of skimmed over it, and I was like, they crack drugs during training? Whoops. See you again. Did you finally decide to become a test subject? I pretend I didn't hear that. I came to ask for your opinion on this piece of tech. Does it look familiar? What's this? Is it a device that improves computing ability? Which robot's electronic brain did you cut open to get this? It is against the law to install external devices on electronic brains. Was this device connected to a robot's electronic brain? Of course it was. Look at these 3 port areas. Does this thing interfere with the inner core directly? This is unusual indeed. However, this is some master craftsmanship. Likely from the Underbridge district. You know, illegal alterations like this aren't uncommon there. The Underbridge district looks like I need to pay that place a visit. An old buddy of mine might know what it is. He has a workshop on Square Street in Underbridge. Pretty little place compared to mine. Of course, he's called Charles, and he won't be able to miss his huge white beard. So if you're not actually going to buy anything, can you please piss off? Fine. Okay, so we have 2 things to do in Underbridge, huh? Find out more about the part and solve that case. Can I go to a red bus? I probably won't see Robert again, but whenever there's a kite in the sky, think of the friendship between us. Mrs. Kelly, I had something horrible from the society. Poor Mrs. Perry. We used to go to anti-robot parades together, and she was the kindest person in the anti-robot society. I can't believe she was killed by a robot. You're not allowed to associate with these dangerous robots anymore, or not? Her face looks super familiar. She must look like, what the main character from House Moving Castle turns into. So for those who don't remember, in the last chapter in the beginning, there was a little robot kid standing here with a kite, and they wished to give it to his friend. I guess they managed. Who's this? Don't have any customers at all because of the murder yesterday. Such bad luck. A customer complained to me last time because of the cats, and now this happened. My goodness. You know what? This apartment seemed to be haunted because strange things happened there before as well. Interesting. That homeless guy Christopher was taken away by the police, and it looks like he was involved in Mrs. Perry's case. People say he might be the murderer. Isn't the murderer a robot? How could such a thing happen despite the free principle restriction? I'm worried that the events of the Apocalypse Garden will take place again. Who knows? Christopher is not coming back anyway because the 2 candidates in the mayoral election are making a big fuss about the case. I had to used to be quite a successful person, but his life went downhill after his lover was killed. He ended up as a homeless man on the streets in the end. His lover? Are you talking about the singer 13 years ago? Christopher told us to so himself. Well, he might have been drunk talking. 1, 2, watch out. Melody, behind you. Focus, long hair princess. 4 to 8. Don't pass out like the last time. Keep on dancing, just like this. Everyone move with me. Interesting. That's the little boy. Not said he's sleeping and I hope he likes my kite. That's so sad. And the bridge is kind of far, so I bet I take the bus. Also. This is where the bus to the bridge district stops. Should I wait? Yeah, no. The bridge district is pretty far away. Hope I have enough credits on my bus card. Magic lady, huh? Mm-hmm. No, that disgusting, twisted murderer was responsible for the serial killings 13 years ago had never been heard of in all these years. It surprised me that it would appear in my hallucination. Is it really him? Why would he appear all of a sudden? This device and the things from the robot's brain. What would provoke my hallucination? Is this a coincidence, or are they connected in some way? All the clues point to the Underbridge district. The latest missing robot cases all happened there. The police don't even bother to look into it because the area is considered to be a wasteland of losers. I don't know whether the king still remembers the little conflicts I had with him back then, so I need to be careful. It's his territory. However, illegal alterations are pretty common there, so it's likely that I can find information about this device. A device that gives me a hallucination of Nora, fluffy rabbit in the post. Don't feel good about this. I wanted to look if there's a previous game. Hey, Ironhead, if you don't pay up by tomorrow, you're gonna lose more. No, it looks like this is actually the first and only game of the series. Is he crying? Hey pal, you don't look so good. Hey, pop up every now and then. I'm quite used to it now. This is my home, so I try my best to ignore the harassment, but these guys are relentless. They won't let me live in peace. It's probably time for me to move. Can you help me out? I can give you something as a reward. Help the scavenger? Yeah, sure. How can I help you? They threw my arm down below. Could you get it back for me? Okay, I take a look for you, but I can't promise anything. Thank you very much. Well then, let's look. Well, there's the missing arm, but there's no way I can reach it. Need a tool to get it. Leave me alone, can't you see I'm busy working on my treasures? Now you get your filthy hands off my precious torch. An odd U-shaped magnet. These are not each brought in order to in order. I need to figure out the sequence. Guess let's start one first. And then probably that node. No, this. Then this. And this. Essentially the ones that are up. Like without any thing that covers them, so to speak, without any other rock that covers them. So it's this one, and this one. Okay. Well, that looks like a ladder piece if I've ever seen one. What are you up to now, troublemaker? Stay away from my treasure. Okay. Nested spring that still provides resistance. It's another riot trooper like the one in Morg's repair shop. How did this military machine end up here? Good question. Common synthesized permanent alloy magnet with scratched edges. Yes, we can now go to the workbench of this guy since we changed out. Precious torch that belongs to the landfill site manager. I can make something with what I have now. Okay, so. A sprinkler with an electron magnet, not highly functional. Magnetic arm made of materials collected from the landfill site. Can retrieve the mechanical arm with this. Nice, and now we have a magnetic arm. Model N0N55 mechanical arm made by the Noah company more than 10 years ago and quite popular. Should get back to the scavenger now. But yeah, of course we're gonna help out everybody on the way that asks for our help as long as we can. Okay, let's give him the arm. Thanks for getting my arm back. I don't know what I would have done without it. Don't mention it. I hope you know how to reattach that thing. I find someone to fix me up. In the meantime, I guess you're going to be to the lower part of Underbridge district. Take my white card. Don't need it anymore and you can't proceed without it. With this card, not only can you go in and out of Underbridge district freely, but you have access to Flower Night Town as well. Got new security there, and there's no way you can get in without this. Even though white cards only grant access to low security areas, outsiders can't acquire one without paying a lot of money. Thank you again for your help. It's time for me to leave. So it was a needed quest, huh? Paid my taxes this month, didn't I? The rules have changed. Now you need to prepay for the entire year. Well, got a problem with our rules. Didn't you see what happened to the last guy who had a problem? No. What I was trying to say was that I don't have enough money, so can you give me a couple more days? Make sure you bring the money before the end of this month, or else. No pass, no entry. All you had to do was ask. I got my pass right there. Good for you. You're free to enter. Hello there, sir. Welcome to the most exciting place in all of America Street. The most beautiful ladies await you inside. Is that so? Are they as beautiful as you? I can assure you, sir, that they eclipse you in my beauty. Hey, little guy, be careful. Wait, my wallet. Damn it, my pass. I need to take the next elevator. I hope I can make it. Rainbow Club. Oh. Not a thief. There he is. Hey, you little punk. That's my wallet you stole. Oh no, he's coming. Talk later, dear. It's always the same. He's not a bad kid, really. He just had a tough childhood growing up with no family except for his sister. Guess old habits die hard, but well, I hope someone can finally teach him a lesson. You fool, catch me if you can. Why didn't me to follow him into the alley? It's obviously a trap. I have to figure something else out. Weren't you just tasting that little boy in the red clothes? Damn right I was. The little punk stole my wallet and disappeared into the alley. Oh, we were stealing again? Don't worry, I help you get your stuff back. This, what happened? Try to relax, young man. Lola will get your belongings for you. Why don't you sit down and allow me to give you an examination of the house? You can take my arguments. Hang on, Charles work stuff. I guess that makes you Charles. Indeed, I am Charles, a non-tron mechanic. In the underbridge, at your service. Seems you know of me. Marek sent me to find you. Maybe you can help. Let me take a look. A device directly connected to the quantum brain. The craft's pretty complicated. No wonder that the young master asked you to find me. This thing's equipped with an anti-analyzing mechanism which will destroy the interior hardware. But this is what I like to call a challenge. Wait, give me a minute. Actually, I may have seen something like this recently. I serviced the robot not long ago, and there was an external device like this on one jacked into his electronic brain. Was it a robot from an Bridge district? Right, I remember now. It was a brag from the Bellflower House, yes, and the third was asked me to help identify the device. I noted that this thing was in hibernation mode, and that irreversible damage could be done if this was tampered with, so I left it intact. Seems that a lot of people are looking for Brank recently. Now that's a robot with a story. Why can't I find Brank? It's probably best to ask about Brank on Miracle Street. It's the maintenance technician for the big boobies. I mean, the virtual tour guide canon. The people over there should be able to help. By the way, if you happen to see my grandson, it's worth asking him about it too. Recently he's taken an interest in the robots that have been disappearing lately. His name is Nanga. He's a little robot, and a budding detective too. Nanga, sure, I ask him. A lot is still arrested and warrant to use. Whoa. Can we even go there without, Hey, are you sucking? Need me to help massage your tired muscles and bones, eh? You do know that 2 days from now is Grace Day, and the bridge must sell in festival. What my partner here is trying to ask is what are we gonna do if the statue isn't fixed in time. Don't worry, Amani. I'll be finished today. Certainly hope so, because we both know how much I'd enjoy kneading your back with my fist. Mario, the dignity of the king is in your hands. Just try and fix the statue on time. Thanks to this job, I haven't seen my dear Hideyoshi in quite a while. My mind's wandering. It's difficult to concentrate. My darling Hideyoshi, without you, my life is no fun at all. Why, you forget it. Whoever you are, can you do me a favor? I need to finish the king's statue before Grace Day. So I haven't had time to visit Hideyoshi. It's driving me crazy. Can you pass this note to them to me? It's a love letter. All my feelings are written on this page. Should I help Mario? Agree. Let's see the address. Nightflower Town? I'm not familiar with it. Hideyoshi works in a maid cafe there. It shouldn't be hard to find. I'm entrusting you with this important mission. No, it's not right. I'm really curious about what's in the love letter. Should I take a look? I, the infamous and decorated Detective Rex, would never read someone's private letter. So that's the king, huh? There's a ridiculously big diamond on the belt of the statue. Can I use that here? Don't know what it's good for, but let me try. Perfect spot for contemplative shit, or not. This is a modified mini vacuum cleaner. It might be useful later. Has been slightly modified, fully functional, but done for no obvious reason. Some of the truck's lights are missing. The accumulator of the truck is flawed. Looks like the truck has been dumped here for a long time. This wheel hub can be used as a semi-circular hydraulic regulator, but it's rusted over. I need a tool to get it off. It's blocked dead. Okay, so I need to remember that, and if I find a tool, I can get that. We have a decent bit of stuff here. Why so many people gathered here? I heard that water main broke and no one has been found to repair it. Now the area's water supply has been cut off. The plumber disappeared last month and nobody can find Brian, the other handyman. Maybe the old man from the workshop can help. Hey, in the code, you've been staring at it for long enough. Can you help fix the water main? Maybe I can give it a try. And I need to look at what's wrong before I can be sure. And come over and check it out. Just don't screw up. Wow, that looks cool. Dancing girls, huh? Couldn't stand the fresh air of the city, so I can make down back to ground level. Can smoke my cigar in peace down here. Huh. Okay, I guess let's go up again and let's have a look at this. Looks like the separator's broken, so we need a new one. I go to the workshop. Maybe the old one can help. Let's see. I love that he's also a technician. Very helpful. Where's the old man? I guess I have to do it myself. Child's workshop, Friday afternoon. Fully automatic assembly station. Looks like the old man has some good equipment here. I wonder if he has the parts I need for BB. Should I remember to ask later? I can assemble the parts here when I find something useful. Huh. Now there's so many blueprints. The old man must get bored. Let's see where I can find something useful. Got started. This seems to be a key element for robot restoration. It may help fix BBX. So separator, this device could work at a filter for the water supply system. I just need to find the parts. Separable structure, electroplating anti-board. Special biocondenser, which seems to be homemade. Transformability? What a curious name. A small line of texture under the design drawing. Don't use it on a ruby or... Fire control for laser gun. Seems like an unfinished blueprint. Okay, so we got a decent... Oh, we can use the tool as fire control as a component for transforming Billy. Looks like Charles has been trying to set something up. Oops, I pressed X instead of Y. Interesting workshop. Definitely way more suspicious than the other one. A device made from a mini vacuum cleaner with a laser shooter instead. If we can improve on the design, it will be powerful. If I can improve on the design, it will be a powerful weapon. With a strange device, warning advices against using it on rubies. I do remember seeing a giant ruby back at the statue. Sure, because the one thing you want to do is to use something on something that you know you shouldn't use it on. Right? I have a bad feeling about it. Whoa. What the? The ruby UV seems to have amplified the laser beam, but it's out of juice now. I wonder if I can power it back up somehow. Yeah. Can't believe he built such a giant statue for himself. His highness is still as high profile as he always was. Can I go upstairs again? Doesn't seem like it. Can I go into the side alley? No. Do I have a tool for the car? It's okay, it's charged. Ah. Perfect, this should give me enough juice for another shot with laser Billy. Okay, I need to put something on the toilet, huh? Okay. So... whatever that did, I guess that did something. Can't go upstairs anymore, so we need to continue on to the next district, huh? Okay, I don't see anything here that I can grab, but I wanted to try still. Let's go here, I guess, because that's the only place I can go to, right? Can't see many knights inside the doors, but there's something mysterious going on. There's still side tasks. Repair water supply, find replacement equipment. A quick current task? No. But here, guaranteed fresh sheets. This sedan looks quite interesting. I knew I added something. I can't remember using this kind of shop since I was a kid. The two shop, but they don't need a card to open. Maybe it's a members only place. But busy start from midnight to 7 AM. Business, not busy. Doesn't look like there's something else. So I'm stuck with all the things I have upstairs, but the question is there more that I'm missing? I'm not the guy you wanna mess with. If you can't fix the water supply, get out of my way. So I can't talk with him either. Can't do anything here. Can we talk with him again? I think that it's always the same. No, okay. It's the same thing as before. Second machines brought in is old. Only 100% full and complete legal. Modification services on request. Cannot go in here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Damn it. Need to do something with the toilet. I'm just wondering what. Not looking turbine engine. If I reverse the spin to the opposite direction, I may be able to use it as a separate bus structure. Go near fulcrum and I can move the world. Yes, I may need to do. It's a crowbar. Okay. Definitely more to this than I thought. Activating on the edgy board, have quite leveled up there. Turn it, huh? How would I do that? How about a crowbar? Metal wire which could be used for making a separator if I cut down the center. But it needs to be cut in half. I wonder where I should do that. Now I can place something here. Okay. It worked. Parts that can be used to make a separator. Okay, I don't see anything else here that we can do, so let's go on to make the separator. I wonder if we can go back here at some point and put some parts into this. Because it looks like there's some things we can build that look really interesting, like got some teletons, or got to touch Heaven's Door. Seems like an unfinished blueprint. I have 2 of the 3 things, so that's missing one thing. Anti-eddy board, huh? Electroplating anti-eddy board. I think I can find out here. Don't see anything here that I can get for this. Maybe this? No. No, nothing I see here. But maybe we could use something else here. Can't go into the side alley. Sadly. The rubbish ahead can't go any further. No. Old fashioned turbine engine that has been greatly modified. Liquid can be separated by reversing its operation. Can we get this board? Process metal board with excellent electroplating. This metal has been electroplated and waterproofed to meet the requirements for synthetic cell separator. The materials needed for the cell separator is successfully collected. Now we make it in the workshop. Yes. Interesting. Let's try this. So, cell separator. Not ominous at all. This thing can replace the water supply separator. So separator has been complete. Now we're going to try it on the water system. Here's hoping this contraption works. I wonder what the God's Touch thing is and what we can do with it. And I wonder if we can access it later or not. Because we haven't found any other objects for it. So. Water supply system and then fridge. Wait, now the entire device should be operational. Wait, you fix it? Well, I guess now we can call it a day. Good times, America, straight away. Huh. I'm wondering if now some of the drops downstairs are open. So wait, what's the dancing? Still have that iron night floor town. Okay. I think I'm gonna end it here. And I go to the new area and then I'm gonna end it here. Since I'm already here, I should have a look around. So I have a very busy day tomorrow. And usually I would continue a little bit, but I don't think I have time for that, so. Because it feels like a good place to stop after feeling. If I continue here, I would spend like another good like half an hour or so in this area. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Shall we see who's raidable? Definitely a great game. I love all the riddles. I don't think I could have solved the wine cellar maybe with like a lot of trial and error, but not really. I struggled a lot with that one. Okay, let's rate Effie with Alan Wake 2, shall we? For those who don't know, Effie or Effing Emergency, they are a good friend of mine. And yeah, they love playing like indie games, itch games, horror games, but also some cutesy type stuff and like some weird games. But they're currently playing Alan Wake 2. They've been playing Alan Wake 1 before and now they're playing 2, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So, let's rate them and see where they are. Missed about an hour of them streaming, but that's okay. I'm rewatching the last VOD last time, so I have to rewatch a little bit of this one too. Okay. But yeah, thank you all again for sticking with me. I had a ton of fun with this game again. I love the style, I think it's very interesting, and the story is also very interesting. And I love that it's like implemented in a world where they're not just, oh, things are like this, but it sounds like there's a whole in-depth backstory to everything. That like sounds like there should be a game before this or something. So I hope we get all the information from the past happenings, or like more of the information, and find out more what happens, why he was still at the police force. Because, you know, we got a lot of hints at that, but not really any more information, except for that there was some kind garden incident, like a really bad garden incident, whatever that means. I wonder what that is. Hopefully can figure that out. Yeah, definitely very well built this world so far. I really like the look of it. I really like the Easter eggs and details. So I'm really excited to play this again tomorrow. And if you guys can't make it tomorrow, maybe on Thursday, where I'm going to start a Blue Bricks Brexit. Have a good evening. Bye bye.